Hey everyone, welcome back to the Creative Entrepreneur Academy Profit Maximizer Masterclass series, where our creative experts and influencers share their secrets to help them push past that seven-figure mark to build their profitable businesses. And they're here to help you too, because let's face it, you were created to create, to grow, and to make a profit from doing what you're passionate about. So I'm Darnyelle A. I'm the founder of the Creative Entrepreneur Academy, and I am your host for this masterclass series. Now, I'm really excited about today's topic because we're talking about the keys to mastering your business. And as an entrepreneur, you have to know that you can't do 100 things well. You have to master the foundational things that will help you scale your business. And here to educate us on this topic is Darnyelle Jervey. And I'm so excited to have her here. She is one of the people that inspired me when I first started on my entrepreneurial journey. I've been able to see the way that she pours out and adds value to other entrepreneurs as they scale their businesses up. And I've had the pleasure of going to one of her conferences that she hosts once a year. And it really, really helps spark what I'm doing now. And so I'm really grateful to have her here. And she is the award-winning CEO of the Incredible One Enterprises, a business optimization consulting firm that specializes in helping entrepreneurs and business owners experience financial and spiritual abundance in their lives because of their businesses. Now, prior to starting Incredible One Enterprises, Jervey was a Fortune 500 vice president for Mary Kay Cosmetics, Pink Cadillac Independent Executive Sales Director, and the director of the Center for Women's Entrepreneurship in Newark, Delaware. Now, Darnyelle is the award-winning best-selling author of 7 books and has been featured in Black Enterprise, Success, Essence, and O magazines. So let's please give a warm welcome to Darnyelle.
Hello, good morning. I'm excited to be here. Hope you guys have been enjoying this masterclass series thus far.
Thank you so much. Now, can you tell everyone who you are in your own words?
Yeah, so I think the first and most important thing I would want you to know about me is that I'm a woman of faith. I love God, and I love helping as many people as I can connect financially and spiritually to the gifts and talents that He placed on the inside of them through entrepreneurship and business ownership. I do believe that entrepreneurship is the vehicle that God created to help as many people who want to experience wealth. And I love doing that. So that's probably the first thing. The second thing is that I'm a soon-to-be wife. I'm like moments away from getting married. So my last name will change. Probably one of the last interviews I will do as Darnyelle A. Jervey, because yes, I am changing my name. And I love to have fun. I love to laugh. I think life is too short and we take ourselves too seriously. And so for me, laughter and fun is a mainstay in life. I love to work. I work hard, but I don't overdo it. I believe in systems and support instead of hustling and grinding. And I try to show as many entrepreneurs and business owners that pathway as well.
That's awesome. Yes, what you said is so key, because a lot of times people don't realize that you can be profitable from doing what you love and what you were created to do. A lot of times people are scared to go on that journey. And like you said, it requires the belief and to be able to pray and know that it's going to happen and do the work that comes along with it. And so why do you think, in your opinion, is the number one reason that entrepreneurs aren't running profitable businesses right now?
It's such a loaded question, because I could say that there are a myriad of reasons, but I personally believe the number one reason is because of this right here. Mindset. It isn't the skill. It isn't the strategy. It isn't the system. It isn't the technology. It isn't the product or service. It is your belief and your ability to offer a product at a price that allows you to be profitable. I think that you need to make sure that every single product or service you offer is profitable. Profitable by the transaction, not profitable at the end of the year if there happens to be something left over. And most entrepreneurs and small business owners are heart-centered, mission-driven. They're focused on whatever it is that they love to do, and they don't have business acumen. And because they don't come to the table with business acumen, they don't know what they don't know. And what they don't know is what keeps them stuck. But this right here, This is the number one reason, in my personal opinion. I think when I look at the statistics, roughly 90% of all solopreneurs and the majority of small businesses in our country are non-employer entities or solopreneurs as classified by the IRS, meaning they don't have employees. And you might have a team full of contractors, 1099s and what have you, but they don't actually have payroll employees, the majority of them. 90% do not generate $100,000 a year in gross receipts. And I think it's because they don't have the right mindset, and they don't have the mindset for business. They don't have the mindset for success. They don't have the belief in themselves. Their fears run rampant, and they create limiting beliefs that keep them stuck and prevent them from really blossoming and transforming the lives of others.
That's so true. I know that I didn't really grow my business until I said, like, okay, I can't be afraid to charge, what the value is that I'm adding to my clients and adding to, people that I'm working with. But it was at first, it was like a scarcity. I had a scarcity mindset, like, okay, if I don't take this client, then I don't know where some more money is going to come from.
Right.
So, like, I have to take these clients, and then they weren't ideal. And then every time I did that, and they weren't ideal clients, and they weren't clients that were willing to pay me, they gave me the biggest headache ever. Because, I didn't have the right mindset to say, like, you know what, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to really actually build a business and build infrastructure and price for profit and all of those things. And so that's a really, really great, a great tip, because if it doesn't happen in the mind, it won't happen anywhere else.
Absolutely. Like, if you don't, you have to start there. I mean, the strategy behind how to set your prices, I can give you that. But if I give you the formula, and I do this for, at my events with my clients, I give them the formula of exactly how to set up their prices. They will run the formula. The number will be astronomical, and they will not charge it. I had a conversation with a client earlier this week who just went through my strategic biz retreat, and we raised all of her rates. She's so excited. Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome. She got home, had her first conversation with a potential client. And I said, well, what did you tell her the rate was? And she went all the way back to what our rates used to be, because she said, I just couldn't bring myself to tell her that it was going to cost that much, because she doesn't believe it. No one else will. Right. So, no one will ever see your value if you don't see it first yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so true. Now, you did mention that there are 7 keys that entrepreneurs must master to position themselves for profit. Can you let us know what those are?
Yeah, sure. So the first is mindset, which we talked about. It's how you win the inner game, right? It's how you really position yourself to go to the next level in every facet of your life. So that's the first key you must master. The second would be your brand message. You have to have a really strong and compelling message that gets you known in the marketplace. Now, I don't care what you call your company. It doesn't matter. I mean, my company is called Incredible One Enterprises, and we teach people about something we call the incredible factor. All things we made up. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the message we consistently convey in the marketplace is one that tells people that we grow businesses, period. So you need to master your brand message. Then you need to master your marketing. Marketing is how you get found, right? Gone are the days when we go knock door to door to get clients. Now clients are self-selecting and coming to us based on our marketing, which marketing streams we are utilizing to deploy our message to the ideal clients that we want to serve. So we need to know where our clients are hanging out in large numbers so we can go there and penetrate the room and gain traction quickly and draw them into whatever it is that we're offering. So you need to master your marketing. Fourth, you need to master the sales process. Sales includes so much. It includes not only what your products and services are, but the price points for those products and services, and the continuum of sequencing that you utilize to take a person from prospect to paying client. So you need to master sales. Then you need to master operational efficiency. If you truly want to be a business and not a hustle and grinder, it just drives me crazy when I see people, I'm grinding. No, that's not business. Business, the CEO of Bank of America is not grinding. He goes home every night and sleeps in his bed. He's not on Facebook Live at 3:00 in the morning trying to see what other stupid entrepreneurs at that are up. right? So you got to master operational efficiency. There are 7 systems you need to have operating in your business at all times. You need to master that. Then you have to master your talent. Who are the people that are helping you to expand your brand? If you are the only moniker of your success, you have a problem and you cannot scale your business. There's really only 2 ways to scale, and that's through technology or people. So if you don't have the right talent, if you don't have the right team, you don't have the right people working on your behalf, you will not have the competitive edge. Your business will not grow. And last but certainly not least, you need to, I call it the triple L. You need to master your leadership, your legacy, and your lifestyle. And that all comes down to how you want to show up as an entrepreneur, small business owner in your life, in your community, in the country. Those 7 that I just laid out for you: mindset, brand messaging, marketing, sales, operations, talent, and legacy, lifestyle, and leadership are what I call the pillars of business optimization. With these 7 in place and effectively mastered with the right systems and strategies around them, you will build a business to 6 or 7 figures. And really the difference between 6 and 7 figures is your decision, your mindset. Because it's just as easy to make 7 figures as it is to make 6. You're going to go that far, you might as well go as far as you can go. So those are the 7. Those are the pillars of business optimization. That's what it takes to really build a thriving, profitable business that serves you, in my opinion.
That was a lot.
Yeah, it was a mouthful.
That was a mouthful. It's just so integral and so essential, because I know for me, for a fact, for the first couple of years in my business, I was the hustler. I was hustling and grinding and taking what I can, and it just did not give me the leverage to be able to actually build a business.
Right.
So with all of these 7 systems that are in place, and these are a lot of great ones and a lot of ones that, I've been introduced as I've been restructuring everything in my business. But which one do you feel is the most important of those 7?
Oh, gosh. Well, outside of mindset, I think it's tough. I don't know if I can pick just one. I think I have to say messaging and marketing, because if you're not known, you won't get found. And if you aren't known and found, you won't get paid. Right. So that sets you up to be able to do everything else. And honestly, you don't need to build a team and you don't need systems if nobody's paying you, because you don't have a business.
Right.
So I would say messaging and marketing together. And there are some people who would tell you that when they think about marketing, they think about messaging and marketing all in one. The reason I separate them is because they are so impactful. Like, you have to take the time to drill down on your message to get that immediate wow, and then the follow through of them taking the actions you want them to take. And that is an isolated but very significant occurrence that needs to happen before you even start putting your message out there, which is the marketing strategies that you use.
Okay, so the marketing and the message, which are 2 totally different things, those are the most important as you're building a business, because you're saying that if no one knows or finds you, you're not going to get paid.
Right. There is no business if you're not known and found.
Right. And that's the thing that I feel like people fail to realize when they start something. They feel like because they're passionate about it, because they're great at it, because they feel like they're the best in this particular area, that people will just come. And it doesn't matter like what messaging is there, that doesn't matter what marketing is in place. And then I feel like a lot of times that is the last thing that gets budgeted for, is marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. And your message, the message is not just your compelling message. It's also the messages of the people that you've worked with. So those testimonials and success stories, that's all part of your message. And that helps you to get known. We share a great experience every once in a while, but we share a horrible experience every single time. Right. So creating an environment for those amazing experiences to be shared over and over and over again is another important part of that messaging piece. And that's why I kind of have to put them together outside of mindset as what I would say is the most important. And from my experience, in 10 years, I've probably worked with, I don't know, maybe 5,000 entrepreneurs through my events and then my private clients and the other things that we do. And messaging and marketing, hands down, is where they struggle the most. After that, it would be pricing, but you don't have anything to price if you don't have a strong message.
Right. Okay. That's all great information. So with the seven pillars for business, what order would you place them in? So we know that messaging and marketing are the most two important, but what order would you place everything else in?
Yeah, so they would go in the order that I described them. So first is mindset, because you've got to win your inner game before you can even really start. Then you need to get a strong brand message so you can get known. Then you need a great marketing strategy so you can get found. Then you need a great sales system so that you can get paid. Then after that, you need the operational efficiencies, because that's how you build your business. Then you need to build your team, and that's how you get the competitive edge. And then you start working on leadership, lifestyle, and legacy. And that is really how you build a business that serves you.
Okay. Okay. Now, a lot of people that I talk to, they're just like, it's just so many things to do. There's so many things to do to build a business. And so then they give up, or they feel like, okay, well, they start becoming master procrastinators. Like, okay, well, it's so much to do. I just won't do anything at all, or I'll put it off. So what do you feel is the most common reason that people fail or they give up when scaling up?
I think that overwhelm definitely is a big part of that, what you just described, when there's so much to do. And I think trying to do it by themselves. Get a qualified coach or mentor. And when I say qualified, I don't mean somebody who just said, yeah, I'm a business coach and I can help you. You need somebody who has some results, that has done it for more than one person, who has done it at, a lot of different industries. I'm not necessarily trying to toot my horn, because you may not feel that I'm the right fit for you, but if you are, let's certainly have a conversation. But one of the things I love about my body of work is that we have worked across every industry. My clients are not just coaches and consultants like me. I have attorneys, I have doctors, I have physical therapists, I have interior designers, accountants. I could go on and on and on. Manufacturing companies. I could go on and on and on about the types of clients that we have helped to grow their businesses. So you need to get help. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you don't know what to do first, if you don't know where to start, if you've tried it and it's not landing, it's like taking spaghetti and throwing it at the wall to see whether or not it'll stick. That's not a strategy. Hoping and praying is not a strategy. You need some sound advice, accountability, and mentorship. So I would say, if you are feeling like there's a lot to do, I'm not really sure where to start, or I don't know how to sustain it, or I don't know how to keep going, get accountability. You will be surprised. It's an investment that will yield you a return. Highly recommend that you find somebody that resonates with you, that feels good to you. I always say, make sure that they have the same values as you do. They are actively doing what you endeavor to do. You don't have time for somebody who in their heyday was really great at something. You want somebody who's doing it right now, because in that way you're able to still keep learning from their mistakes or whatever may be going on. And you also want to make sure that who they are is in integrity, and other people are talking about what they've done. Anybody can stand up here and say, I'm great. Right. Choose me. But when other people are saying they're great, choose them, then that's how you know that you have a mentor that you can likely also get results from. But also know that getting results is not on the mentor. It's still on you. They're just the accountability measure to make sure you get things done. Right. That's the important thing. So that's what I would say to those people. I think that building a business is a lot. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it. And every business would be profitable. There's a reason why it doesn't happen that way, because it is a lot of work and it's serious. This is not something where you can call yourself an entrepreneur, but every day you're on the couch watching whatever comes on daytime TV. I don't even know what's on. But, or if every time your phone rings or someone texts you, you stop what you're doing to text. That's not business ownership. You have to give your business the same respect you used to give your job. And that is hard work. We work hard. We don't work, 24/7. We work regular people hours, 9 to 5:30. 10, but usually we work like 10 to 5:30. But we are working during that time. We're not goofing off on occasion we do something for the team or whatever the case might be, but we are working. We are making an impact. Just like if we had jobs where we went to work for someone else and we punched a time clock or we signed a time sheet, we will be working for those hours that we were there. We do the same exact thing, and you need to do the same exact thing. It's not a side hustle. It's not something you do when you feel like it. It's business. I mean, this is how we pay our bills. We're building a brand new, like over 5,000 square foot home right now because of my business. So you have to look at it as a business and not as something you do when you don't have anything else to do. And you need to get the help that you need to fill in the blind spots that you have been unable to fill on your own.
That was definitely some key information. And I believe that it's so key because I talk to people on both sides of the coin, people that have gotten help that they needed and then they were able to grow quickly. And then I've talked to people that are just like, well, no, I'm not about to spend money to pay someone to help me. I'll just learn it myself. And I see how long that they sit there and they try to master everything. You know, they become then masters of
nothing
and what like everything. And then they move at a much slower pace. And so, like you said, it is essential, I believe, to ask for help or to see where you're falling short, because as an entrepreneur, you can't know everything. And if you do, then you shouldn't be under seven figures.
Absolutely. Yeah. And no one knows everything. There's always something new, but you have to get to a point where for what you do, you are the best who ever did it, no matter what anybody else says. And it's going to take time and it's going to take assistance to do it. You know, if you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. But because it isn't, it's because you need help. So you need to just get your ego out of the way and just realize the longer you take to get the help you need, the longer you prevent yourself from enjoying the business that you quit your job for. Like, I think about that all the time. Like, I had a good job. I made great money as a vice president. I did not quit to come out here and struggle.
Right.
I don't think anybody quits their job. I mean, it's one thing when you're laid off or whatever the case might be, but I don't think anybody starts their own business to struggle. But so many people let their mindset get them in trouble and keep them in the land of struggle. So that is a challenge that it doesn't need to be, right? So I think you just need to realize that. And I'm hoping that the people who are participating in this masterclass, for all of the experts that you are sharing with them, they're finding somebody that really resonates with them, that they want to delve further into, learn a little bit more about them and their style to see whether or not they could be the right fit. You should absolutely audition and interview anyone that you're considering hiring. Don't take them at their word. Make sure you talk to different people. Make sure you get a real feel. Make sure if you're spiritually aligned, make sure you try the spirit by the spirit. Make sure that you know that this is the right fit, because it is an investment. And if you are going to be making an investment, you need to make sure that you're investing in something or someone that will yield a return. This is not a purchase. This is not going to buy a TV, turning the TV on. No money is going to pop out of the TV. You're investing in a coach. Money should pop out of that relationship for your business. You know, different if it's like relationship or health and wellness or whatever, but we're talking about a business coach or mentor. That relationship should make you money. And if it doesn't, there's a problem. So that's why you have to do your research and due diligence, and don't choose haphazardly. Don't go for smoke and mirrors. Great marketing does not mean you can get results. If they have great marketing, that's awesome, but also make sure that they have results by talking to the people that they say that they've worked with and gotten results.
Absolutely. That's really great advice, and a great thing for people to know when they are looking to scale up their business. Now, I know some people can look at you and say, okay, well, Darnyelle, that's easy for you to say. You've already built a 7-figure business and you already done this. And so can you let people know which hurdles did you personally face when you were growing your business, and then how you overcame them?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, I am not Beyonce. I did not wake up like this, right? It's been a journey. I won't call it a struggle, because it's been, everything has been for my good, but it has been a journey. So I started my business. I'm going to tell you the quickest way I can tell you this story. So I started my business. I was a Mary Kay pink Cadillac sales director. I finished my second pink Cadillac. I went to bed that night and something was different. It was my key sweat moment. Something just wasn't right. And so I Hopefully you guys caught that reference. But anyway, so I went to bed that night and I was like, God, I know you have something else for me. What is it? And that morning I saw myself walking into a building that had a marquee that read Incredible One Enterprises. I still don't have a building that has a marquee that reads Incredible One Enterprises, by the way. And so I started working on the plan for the Incredible One Enterprises business. But here's the thing, I didn't know how hard ground up entrepreneurship was. My background was corporate America, where somebody else is making all the big decisions and calling all the shots. I just did what I was told to do, right? And then Mary Kay, which was a well-known brand. It was a rinse and repeat system. All I had to do was show up, tell people about the product, and they will buy it. Okay, well, starting your own business from the ground up, it does not work that way. And so I underestimated how hard it would be to go from making 6 figures in Mary Kay to making 6 figures in my own business. So I started that business. 9 months in, I hadn't made a dime. 9 months. I was trying to figure out, I was a jack of all trades, like we talked about earlier. I always joke and say, if you remember Good Times, the character Lenny, who had plenty, he was the one who had like gold watches on this side and like 2 brushes and whatever. That was me. I was whatever you needed me to be. I was it. So it was like, oh, you want to get in a relationship? Okay, I could be a relationship coach. Oh, you need somebody to come and read to the kids at the school? Oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, you need somebody who can, you name it. I was trying to be it. That was the wrong answer. So for 9 months, I did that and got nowhere. It got so bad, I depleted my savings. Now, and let me say, when I started this business, I had 6 figures in savings. Okay. 9 months later, with no income coming in, that 6 figures was gone. It got so bad to the point where I was living on my credit cards. I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Eventually, I had to file bankruptcy. I almost lived in my car. For 18 months, I ate peanut butter and jelly and ramen noodles every other day for 18 months while I humbled myself and figured out what I didn't know to make my business work. I hired a few coaches to help me to figure out who I wanted to be, because initially I was trying to be everything. And the first coach I hired was like, listen, I'm listening to you tell your story. I'm looking at your track record. You're amazing in business. You have an MBA. Why aren't you focusing on helping people grow businesses? Duh. But you know what? It's hard to see the picture when you are the frame. I could not figure that out on my own. I was busy hustling and grinding, trying to make mortgage money. If I can keep it real with you, it was bad. That first coach helped me to see what was possible and helped me to frame what I knew. It was true. When I was in corporate America, I went from entry-level customer service to vice president in 3 years. When I was in Mary Kay, I earned my pink Cadillac 5 months after being full-time as a Mary Kay director. I took my unit from 22 to 500 in a year and offspring 5 sales directors. If you know anything about Mary Kay, that is an astonishing feat, right? I had done all of this. I had an MBA in marketing, duh. But I was not thinking that way. Right. So once I worked with that first coach and they helped me to structure myself in the right way, then I got the opportunity to take a job. That's a nice way of saying my money ran out and I had to get a job to pay the bills. I was not so big and powerful that I was unwilling to do what I had to do. I had to take a small step back in order to take a huge leap forward. The job I got, this is nothing but God, the job I got was running the Women's Business Center for the state of Delaware. Let me tell you how great this job was. I'm a genius at marketing. So I came in there and I developed a whole bunch of programs around marketing, which I knew. And being in the job, I learned everything else I didn't know about business. I learned about business planning. I learned about access to capital. I learned about so many things that I didn't know prior to that. I knew some things about sales and KPIs because of my background in corporate and Mary Kay. But that job that I had for 2 years, it paid me peanuts, but it kept a roof over my head and it gave me a car to drive. I still ate ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly more than I would love to tell you about. But it gave me the framework that I've deepened and that I use today in my company. I was in that job. I said 2 years was my max. So at the end of 2010, I said goodbye to working for someone else. Starting in 2011, I was a full-time entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 years, we hit 7 figures.
Wow.
2014 is when we crossed over 7 figures. And I've been going on that trajectory. So I have been there. I did that. I got the t-shirt. I know all about it, which is why I teach this today, because I don't want anybody making the mistakes that I made. I don't want you to have to eat ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly every other day and file bankruptcy. And I don't want you to have to do all of that stuff. I already did it. And I figured out a process that works. To date, I have helped. Wow, the numbers are crazy. So I have 5 clients that are $1 million businesses as a result of working directly with me.
Mm-hmm.
I probably, and this is like number of clients I have right now, I currently have about 20 clients that are multiple 6-figure businesses because of working with me. A few years ago, when we did our annual event, we always do a count up of how much money in the previous year they made as a result of directly working with me. $16 million. I had about 47 people on the stage who together collectively in 1 year generated $16 million.
Wow.
So you do the math on what that came out to on average per business on that stage. There were about 47 people. So I know what I'm talking about. And it's only because I've made all of these mistakes and did all the things wrong that I'm able to be so effective with my clients today. So hopefully that story encourages you. It lets you know that if you cut me, I'll bleed. And I'm not, the wizard sitting up on the throne looking down at you like, you stupid little business person. No, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I can tell you firsthand. Mm-hmm. And then I think the other thing that's important for me to say is I also don't do theory. So I will never suggest a strategy that I don't know works. So anything that I ever suggest to you, I will definitely know that it works because I've done it. Mm-hmm. And I don't share it until I know that it's going to work so that I know you can get results. That's why our clients will expand to grow so fast.
Thank you for sharing that journey, because a lot of times people don't realize what it actually takes to, get the results they're looking for. They feel like, okay, well, I can go out there and I can get it done. Oh man, it's taking me longer than I anticipated. What's wrong with me? Or, they're having a breakdown because they don't realize that, it takes those finding out what you don't know. It takes, talking to people that can help you. It takes that, like you said, you can't be, if you're not working, you shouldn't be watching anything. I always say my theory is, they're getting paid already, whoever's on the TV.
Right.
I need to be getting paid. So why am I watching them? And so I think that all of those things that you said, it is really the actual authenticity behind what it takes to actually get to that level. And so I really thank you for sharing that. Mm-hmm. Now, because this is the Creative Entrepreneur Academy, I've asked everyone who's come on, all of the experts, how has creativity played a part in your journey?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I am extremely creative. I not only in my own business, but in the businesses of my clients. Like I said earlier, I think we take ourselves too seriously and we're regimented. And not that you don't need systems, because systems make success predictable, but you also need to make sure that there is an element of something different. And I think that's kind of where creativity comes in. So for me, personally, I love music. And so you heard me give a reference to the Keith Sweat song earlier. Like whenever I keynote, I'm always talking about songs. When I tell the story about how I left corporate America, it's my DMX moment. So I love music. Throughout the day in our offices, me and my team, whether they want to or not, and 9 times out of 10 they don't want to, but I make them, we do what I call shake your booty breaks. And you may remember, Tardon, like we did shake your booty breaks at the conference, like taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sometimes we do 3 songs in a row and just dancing, letting the juices flow, walking away from whatever it is that you're working on and just re-energizing yourself is so very important. And so we do a minimum of 3 shake your booty breaks every single day. So that's 45 minutes in that creativity. The other thing that we do once a week is we have a brainstorm lab. And so the entire team, we sit around the whiteboard and all we do is brainstorm. We pick a topic and we brainstorm ways that we can do better in that topic. So it's not always a new launch. It could be something we're already doing, but where are the opportunities that lie? And it gives members of the team that are not as vocal the opportunity to kind of speak up about things that they've observed and what they'd like to see different. And then we test those things out. We're always looking at how we can do what we do in a way that inspires others to be able to get to where it is that they want to go. And so those are some of my favorite ways to be creative. I think that, like you said, and I totally 100% agree with you, creativity is everything. And if you stifle your creativity, your ability to have longevity as an entrepreneur is going to be challenged, because you need those bursts of energy. You need something that gets you inspired at a different level. You can't just do the same thing day in and day out. That's called a job. And eventually you're going to quit that job. Right. So if you really want to be an entrepreneur, creativity has to be a part of it.
Thank you. Yes, I really, truly believe that. I believe that the older we get from being children, when we're children, we know we can do everything. And then life hits and we're like, oh, this is a reality. And then it stifles the creativity from a lot of people. But in order to actually come up with great solutions and stand out in the marketplace and all of these things, I believe it takes a great deal of creativity and not looking at what anyone else is doing, but like creating your own lane. And so I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
And so before we get on, I like to end up, before we get off, I like to end all of the master classes with one clearly defined action step that someone can take today, because I believe that a lot of times people get information overload and then they won't move forward. Right. So what is one clearly defined action step that someone can take today to be able to take hold and master those pillars in business?
Wow, one? Okay, so if there's just one, I would say, I'm going to make it tangible. And the reason why I'm not going to make it a mindset thing is because mindset is one of those things where if you don't start in the right frame and you don't have somebody guiding you, you won't get to a new place. So I'm going to make it something tangible that they can actually do. And I'm going to make it about messaging. So I teach that there are 7 marketing messages that you need to master in order to show up the way you want to show up in your business and get known for what you want to get known for and position yourself to get found by those you want to serve. So one of the easiest messages to create is what I call the power statement. And so the power statement, the formula is I help X do Y so that Z. I help X do Y so that Z. And then the X is your ideal client. The Y is the problem you solve or what you help them do. And the Z is the ultimate goal and transformation they experience as a result of you helping them to do what you help them to do. Here's an example. I help entrepreneurs connect messaging and marketing to sales, system, and profitability so that they can build a profitable business that serves them. So my assignment for you is to take that formula, I help X do Y so that Z, and create a power statement. Do you have or is there like a Facebook group where everybody is kind of convening during the masterclass where they can maybe post their power statement in there? Yeah. So post your power statement in there, tag me so that I can come and check it out and let you know if you're on the money or if you need to go back to the drawing board.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for that clearly defined action step. And then do you want to let everyone know what free gifts you have for them today?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I might have I usually keep a copy of it right here in my office. So I believe that you never go anywhere without bringing a gift, right? My mama taught me that. And so the gift that I have for you is my audio CD. It's called 7 Critical Mistakes That Even Smart Entrepreneurs Must Avoid for Clients, Connection, and Cash Flow. It is filled with the 7 mistakes that Darnyelle made on the journey to building a 7-figure business. And I tell you what you need to do differently in order to stop making these mistakes and start making money. I would love to send you this CD. You can get the physical copy. I know I'm crazy. Do people really even still have CD players? Some people want physical copy for their success library, or you can get the audio download. You decide if you want it right now and you don't want to wait for us to put it in the mail. Totally up to you, but it would be our pleasure to send this to you so that you can add it to your success library. And two things will happen once you request the CD. Number one, it'll put you into our community so that you'll start to receive our weekly communications. It's called the Incredible Factor, and it will help you to position your business for growth and profitability and build a business that serves you. And number two, you'll get a call from my team. We'll introduce you and welcome you to our community. And we want to learn more about you and your business to see if we can help you to grow your business, period. So it would be our pleasure to get this CD in your hands.
Awesome. So I personally have listened to it, and I know that there's a lot of really valuable content that she shares that would really, really, really impact your business. And so thank you so much for your free gift. And this was amazing content that you shared today to take people from out of the hustle mode and to actually scale a business, a real business that can grow, you know, with the system that they have in place. So thank you so much for sharing this. And we really appreciate you being a part of it. And thank you so much to everyone who's watching and listening today. I want you to keep in mind that everything you want to achieve is on the other side of your comfort zone. So you were made to create, to grow, and to make a profit from doing what you are wildly passionate about. And don't let anyone tell you differently. So I'll be emailing everyone today with the replay and gift links in a few minutes, and we will talk to you later.
Take care.